Hey, what's up everybody? Schuyler here, founder of Reach Fat Loss and Fitness. My goal is to help get you in the best shape of your life in the most possible sustainable way. Enough of the diet yo-yos, enough of cutting out your favorite foods, enough of feeling like you have to weigh everything. This is about how do you become the healthiest and happiest version of yourself for good, for the long term. And that's exactly what we teach in our fat loss program. And today we get to interview one of our wonderful clients, Miss Shelly. Shelly was able to drop 21 pounds in our fat loss program and make a pretty incredible transformation, build some awesome strength and some other mental changes that she is going to be able to talk about in this video. So if at any point during this video you are sick of the diet yo-yo, you are sick of going and trying to lose fat unsuccessfully, I want you to go down below this video to grab a free consultation. On that call, you're going to be speaking with me directly. We're going to go over where are you, what are you struggling with, and what does a sustainable fat loss program look like for you. So head down below this video, grab a time, and with that said, let's get into the interview.
Hi and welcome. Today I want to welcome our friend Shelly Dominguez, who's been an amazing client for us. She spent 21 weeks in our program. I'm sorry, she spent 24 weeks in our program, and she lost 21 pounds during that time. And Shelly, just thank you so much for sharing with us today.
You're welcome.
Tell us a little bit about what was life like for fat loss and fitness in terms of diet and things like that. What was life like before you found our program?
Before I found your program, the major focus whenever I would try to do something would be just losing weight. So just get the weight off. So I did several different things. I did Weight Watchers at one point and I did well with that. And I did lose a good amount of weight. But after I stopped going to the meetings and the program, stopped tracking my points and all of that, I gained the weight right back and more. I just couldn't stay consistent with it. And then more recently, I did a different program where you had to eat their food. And so and the food was not very good. They did talk some about nutrition, but it was more about, and the coaching was more about the selling of their food, which I didn't like it. And the food really didn't taste very good anyway. So I couldn't see that as a long-term thing that I would be doing in my life. I did lose some weight on that. And again, I gained it back because it just wasn't sustainable for me. And working out, I kind of did it on my own. I was guessing about what I was doing, downloading an app, just getting different people's advice and trying to implement things based on their advice with the workout app. And so I was really just guessing. And I did see some improvement, but again, I just didn't feel like I knew what I should be doing and how I should be doing it, whether I had the correct form, whether I was working out, as much as I should or not, and how to implement just a strength training program. So since joining the program, I really enjoyed going through the modules of the program because it did provide that education, which was big for me, so that I knew, instead of looking at all of the different things that are out there on Instagram and Facebook, everybody trying to push their things, again, a lot of times trying to sell you something. But instead of that, you're listening to the advice from or the learning from the modules. And I felt like that was huge for me. It's like, okay, now I know what I'm supposed to do and I can do this because it's consistent. And again, the same messages as far as nutrition and strength training, it was consistent across time, which was very helpful for me. So the modules, the strength training, oh, wow. I have definitely gotten stronger. At the beginning of the program, I could not do a single push-up, and now I can do 10. Yes, my arms, there's a visible difference in the way my arms look. My kids have commented on it. My daughter-in-law is like, Mom, you're so tiny now.
That's a nice thing to hear, isn't it?
It just feels good to be stronger. When I did those 10 push-ups in a row, I was so excited. I got up and I was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Exactly. There's nothing like finding your strength at our age, right? It's like learning that we can become stronger at our age is just phenomenal. And it's just such a confidence boost. And to me, it unlocks the door of like, okay, there's a lot more things things. I'm stronger than I think I am, and there's a lot more things I could be doing.
Yeah, and it's not just about losing the weight, which is good to lose the weight with the nutrition, but it's also about your body composition changing, which I didn't think that was going to be possible. I didn't have a clue, and I'm seeing it now. My legs look different also. I have a lot less of the dimples, things like that. I've still got ways to go, but I definitely see a huge difference
That's
in my
awesome.
body.
That's awesome. And that's probably, I'm assuming that's what's in the encouragement, is like seeing that the work you've put in is actually working this time and changing the shape of your body, changing your body composition. And that's the motivator, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because a lot of times us women spend so much time trying to do the right thing, trying to find the right diet, trying to find the right formula, killing ourselves with cardio. And this to me was the program that really made the biggest impact physically as well as mentally.
Right, right. And timing was good for me too because I had done some strength training prior to, although I think with this you don't have to have done that, but I had done some of that and I was walking consistently already. So it was a little, that wasn't a big change for me. The nutrition was and the fasting was.
So you would say nutrition and fasting was the biggest impact?
It was the biggest shift for me to make.
And where are you with those two things now? Do you feel locked in? Do you feel like you still have a ways to go? Or do you feel like it's a lifestyle now?
I feel like it's a lot. I'm getting there. It's a lot more of a lifestyle. So I will choose definitely. When I go to the store, I am only buying, things that are healthy, nutritional for me. I'm not buying the junk food at all. I'm looking at ingredients, focusing on protein, all of those things. And I never did that before.
Awesome. That's a huge win right there.
Yes. So I know nutritionally, I'm taking in better food. And I could probably, still work on the fasting. But I do fast, but I probably can get a little stronger there on the fasting. But I think it's a process and I'm just going to keep working on it.
Yeah, that's awesome. And do you feel like fasting is something you enjoy doing?
I do. Actually, I was surprised at how easy it was.
Yeah. Awesome.
I thought it was going to be hard. I was like, what? 24 hours without eating? What? And it was not hard. The first time I made some mistakes on the first time I did it and didn't follow what the module said to do. So I learned quickly from that. But the second one was really easy.
That's awesome. And fasting really is something that we can just bend to our own lifestyle. Like it should always be something that we, create around the life that we're already living and just, add it in when we can. The biggest lesson you've learned in the program, what would you say that is?
It's a tough one because there's so many facets to it. I think consistency is the biggest thing. It's like, okay, if I mess up, get back on. Either with nutrition or my workouts. Like if I miss a workout, I was supposed to go, and instead of just beating yourself up about it and staying home the next day and the next day and the next day, just go the next day. I used to do that. I used to get off track and feel defeated. Oh, I didn't do it. Or, maybe I ate a huge meal with a lot of sugar or whatever, and it wasn't on my plan of what I was supposed to do that day. Now I'm like, okay, that was dumb. But for the next meal, I'm going to get back on it because I always feel gross after I do that anyway. Now, if I do that, I don't feel good, and I'm learning those things, and so it's impacting my decision making for sure now.
That's awesome. I think you summed it up so well. That's what why our program I think is different, is because it's an education of just a different way to think about fat loss and fitness. And then as you're upgrading your life as far as your ingredients and your nutrition, when you do fall back, there's always a plan to get right back onto. But then you have that memory of like, this doesn't feel so good, like when I eat these things now. And that's the impression that, can ultimately change where you fall back less.
Yes, for sure.
Awesome. Well, Shelly, tell us what's coming up for you as far as your fat loss and fitness. What are your next goals? And you got some big life events coming up in May, and which is exciting. So how are you feeling about your health and fitness headed into those big life changes?
Feeling great. I feel like I can continue this course that I'm on, and those big life changes, they're actually good things, which are great. And so it's not going to derail me in any way. But as far as my goals, I would like to continue to get stronger. So at some point, I need to be able to do a chin up. That's a goal of mine. I'm not there yet, but I'm getting there. And then I think I would like to get down one more pant size at least.
Okay.
So I'm going to still work on that for now. I think those are enough.
That sounds great because you're at a great weight, and getting down, burning a few more pounds of fat will get you right to the pant size you want and also help with the chin up. So just keep staying course and you're going to get there.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being with us. It was awesome being your coach, and we just loved having you, and don't be a stranger.
All right. I'm going to keep following the page for
Awesome.
sure.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, Shelly.
You're welcome. Thank you.
We'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Bye.
Hey, thank you so much for watching that interview. I hope that you had some very positive insights and that you are ready to continue your fat loss journey. If you are struggling to lose fat or you are looking for guidance or accountability, I'm going to invite you to check out below this video in the description. We've got a free application page where we are offering fat loss roadmaps. You can click on that page, you can watch the video to learn a little bit more about what we do, and then if it feels like a good fit, you can grab a time to chat. So head down below this video, check that out. Besides that, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and of course, as always, make sure to eat smart, move more, sleep deep, and be grateful for this moment. I'll see you in the next video.